If you've got something to say it. Don't hold anything back. And I've never holded it. There has been points in my life where I've holded things back, and there still is now. But I don't let on to my children that. I always say, if you've got a problem, talk. If you've got a problem, say something. There's no point in holding things back, because it just gets built up and built up and built up, and then you just go and look.
Yeah, and one of the sad thing, if you haven't got nobody to talk up to.
Sometimes I've noticed that people feel comfortable more talking to people in the same context of you, like they can relate to how you feel. They feel like they can talk to someone, a stranger online.
Yes.
Than face to face. They don't want to go to their parents and be like, oh, I feel like this, because they might think, their parents might think, oh, well, what's wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? Why did you do it in the first place if you're going to feel like this? Nobody knows how they're going to feel each day they wake up. There's days that I don't want to get out of bed.
Yes.
I've got to get out of bed. There's days I just cannot be bothered to do anything. And I do have them days. And I think I kind of look at the whole disability thing as, I don't see it. I don't see it. Even if I didn't have a child with a disability, I don't see it. I see that person.
What would you say to people out there who's got children and one is a disability? As you rightly said, there's worse a disability out there where you got children in bed that need constant 24-hour care. They need to be fed.
Yeah, I think I thank the Lord that I don't have to go through that, to be fair, because I can see how hard it is. I thought it was going to be hard, because obviously when you have a child and the doctors are telling you you're going to have a child with a disability, their first thought, let me give you the worst case scenario. So you've got all that stuff running through your head, and then you Google it, which isn't the best thing to do, and then it tells you this, that and the other, and you shock yourself into what you're reading. But then you don't actually know until you have that child, and the years go by and you're like, oh. I think doctors these days, they read from a book.
Yes.
And it really annoys me, like there's certain things that I know that he can do, and all these practitioners, they just have to tick a box. Oh wow, he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, but it doesn't mean that he can't do X, Y and Z. You're reading a book and you're ticking the boxes off. That's not my child. My child's not a book.
And plus, they're not around that child 24 hours
and
a
I
day.
always say, I've had so many arguments over the past years of certain things for him that he can do, and they're like, yes, well, what about this? It's like, what about that? He's my child. I'm with him 24/7. I know what he can and can't do. So please don't tell me what my child can do. Don't put him in that category of, well, he's in a wheelchair, that's it.